guys, so we're at the Thompson model with Trumark, and we're gonna walk through this layout here today, giving you guys a little idea of what this model comes with. Today it's gonna be a 3-bedroom that we're gonna walk through, but you actually have the 4-bedroom option. So we're gonna walk through a 3-bedroom and see what that looks like real quick. And real quick for pricing, a great incentive. The incentive is $50,000, depending on what options you want tied in, and the price points range from $579 down to $559. So it just depends on what you're wanting to do. So that $559 is where you need to come in at. This is a property you need to look at. Give us a call and we'll kind of walk you through that in more detail. With no further ado, let's walk down. So we come in through the front door here, you guys, and then we're gonna go down the hallway here. And we're gonna stop real quick here. We got our linen closet here. And then we have a coat closet here. And this coat closet is gonna be, so it's a standard coat closet, a couple of items you can hang here. And there's gonna be another one further down in the home later that we'll take a look at. And then we're down on this first right wing here, and we're gonna see 2 bedrooms. But before we go on there, this is the bathroom that both of those bedrooms will be sharing. So we'll go kind of go in. It looks like a standard bath with a Jack and Jill sink. And then we have just like the typical, this is the base model. So you're gonna see most of the upgrades are base, just basic upgrades, nothing too crazily fancy, right? And the reason for that is with this Thompson model, we're trying to keep things at a pretty low price. But again, you can add more upgrades of your own choosing once we get further into it, or you decide this is a model for you. And then from that bathroom, the closest bedroom is right here facing the street. And you can see the size of the room just by gauging. Most of the time we use furniture. I love when we have a stage homes here because you can get a better idea of what you could put in that room. Obviously we can give you the dimensions, and there's homes that we go and tour that don't have any staging, and that you can look at the dimensions to get an idea. But it's always so helpful, I think, having furniture, and it gives you ideas on decorating and so forth. So in this room here, a lot going on with the decorations, with the wall, a lot going on there. Hope you're getting some good ideas. Get an idea of the size of the room with the bed here, and then two nightstands on either side. This is more like a full size from what we can see, but then there's enough room in this room to where you can still have some type of furniture at the bottom of the bed. You might want to just slide this or move this around and put like a desk or something like that in here. And then your standard closet right here. So this room has 1 window facing the street, so it's moderate lighting. I mean, the lighting is decent. Not extra lighting, but it's decent. And so we're gonna go to the next room right next door here. We'll flow to that. And in this room, I would say this is a hair smaller than the last room. You've got the nightstands on either side. And then we have 1 window on this one and standard closet. This is kind of different with the little mini fan and the light, so that's kind of different. I think it just adds like a little artistic feel for this room. And then out of this room, we go out back into the main hallway. So right here, we have this is a formal dining room. It can be turned into an office. If you're looking for the 4-bedroom option, then this might be the room that we would scale down or get rid of altogether to get you that 4th bedroom. Or if you like the idea of having this is a really spacious area for a formal dining room. If you like that, we've got room for it. In this model here, we've got room for serving over here and dishes. And then we still have room over here for more storage if needed, or just decorations. This is a pretty awesome light fixture. I like it. Just the wood, and they got that candle. It's like I don't know. It's something about it. I like the feel of that. And then with the table, so that's a little different. Again, your style your taste may be different, and of course you would change that out. But with that, we're gonna go on to the rest of the home. And you can see here, with this being the base model, we're checking out the floors, and it's a tile floor that we're seeing all the way through so far, from the front door, hallways, laundry room that we're coming up into now, and even the main living room area. Oops. So this will be your laundry, standard laundry. No cabinetry, just a little shelving space up at the top. And then you've got your 1 counter right here. And here is the 2nd storage closet, or linen closet, sorry. And so you can see the shelves right here. And then now we're into, so from the front door, so actually we're right now behind us, there is the front door. And so from the front door, you have a shot of the backyard. So if that's something you like, you can definitely do that and get a shot from the front door here. And it's a shot straight back here. This is your view from the front door of your backyard, I'm sorry. Now we go into the main living room area and we see it's an open foot space. And so right off to the side here, they've got extra long cabinetry right here. So extra space here for a countertop and cabinets at the bottom. I always like to check them, just take a look inside. So with this being a base model, we're not seeing any soft close going on, but we do have decent size on the storage shelves here. So we have decent size there. Basic backsplash, again, you got your quartzite counter, but then your backsplash is just basic white backsplash, and it looks good. So it's a very tasteful, even though it's basic, it's very tasteful. And of course, that's to get you in, to get the layout that you're looking for. This is over 2,100 square feet. And so if you want to get this model, and you just want to get your foot in the door, this is a great way to do it. And these are tasteful upgrades for just a base, for it being base. Huge bar area here. So you got 3 seating spaces right there. Electricity outlets right here on the edge. Now, as we get back over here, we're gonna see Whirlpool appliances with the dishwasher. But I'm looking at the sink here, and this is just your basic standard sink. I know we're seeing a bigger trend towards the big farmhouse sink. This is actually more like the older, the traditional model. And so that may be something, if you're open to, if you're wanting a farmhouse, that may be something you might wanna upgrade. But with the base model, that's what you get. You get your standard microwave gas stove option. As you know, this is the model, but I'm not sure if the gas is still available, everyone. You may have to settle for electric, and more of the builders are forced to do that here in California. So more on that, if you need more information on that, again, reach out. I won't go too deep into that. And then for those of us that need to have a pantry, it does have a pantry. Put the light on there. So this is like a mini walk-in. You got tons of shelves there, and you just step in pantry. We got some pantries where you don't really even step in. So this says step in. I'll close that. More counter space on either side of the oven, but also you have counter space. This is standard under the sinks, but let's see here. You got an extra cabinet space off to the side here. So extra one over to the right. Normally what you'll see is right under the sink, dishwasher, and a cabinet off to the side of that. This is the extra cabinet here. Now back over on this side over here, there's no counter space here because we already have quite a bit going on. Like they put decorations here. You could put enough, if you need more cabinet space or storage, you could put it here. You have tons of space. Even with this big furniture piece here, there's still room up to the counter. So you can see that there's a lot of space still left there. And then of course, this does not necessarily have to be here. It's more decorative, but if you need that whole wall for storage, you could do that. Or as they've done here, showed you how to just decorate it. And then even with this being decorated, this wall being taken away, you still have a big area here for your dining. So those of you that are worried about moving and keeping your dining table, you could definitely keep that bigger table and fit it right here. This is plenty of space here, width-wise and length-wise. You have tons of space here. And then you have your big windows here. So we're seeing tons of light all along this wall here. You got the sliding glass door here, and then instead of a wall, you have more window. So let's just bring, this is a well-lit space because it's all window on this side of the wall. This whole side is window. And so now we look up, basic standard ceiling fan, nothing too fancy there. And we know that with this model, we're not gonna see a whole lot of fancy going on. We pointed out the tile floors, and now we're gonna get back into the primary bedroom. And then what they've done here, just kept this real simple. It's very spacious though. It feels real spacious still, but very, very simple. So now we get into the primary bedroom. All right, so we're in the primary bedroom now, and some good space going on in here too. This whole wall right here, you have one dresser, but you actually can make this much bigger. So this is a bit standard size dresser. This wall, there's lots of space to make this bigger. You still have room for a chair, plant fixture in the back, a little stand. So you could change this out to something else, but you definitely have the space to do that. So I like this being here because it lets you know what space you have to work with. Then you've got one huge window here in this bedroom. So we got one room that's bringing in most of our light. on this one here. Opening from, it looks like both sides. And then as far as your bed here, this is a queen size, it feels like. So with this queen size bed, you still have room from this nightstand to the wall, probably about 2 feet. And about the same thing on the other side here. And then you probably have noticed, we have extra tall baseboards all throughout. Jack and Jill sinks. Still got the tile. So you're gonna see that we have tile throughout the home, but there is carpet in the bedrooms. You've got your bathtub here. Now this is a pretty good size shower. It looks like it's a really good size here. Thicker glass, it looks like. And then you've got the standard window right over the tub. And then that flows right into, you got a water closet over here. So there would be a door here, of course. And then into your walk-in closet. Not too bad on a space. It's not humongous, but it's a really good space. You got a lot to work with here. So this is real basic. So you got your hanging space here for your clothes that need to be hung. And then you would have to put your own design in it to get more shelving. So with that, we're gonna go back out to where we started at, back out to the front. Okay guys, so that pretty much wraps up the Thompson. Again, this was a real straightforward floor plan. What's great about this one is that you have the 4th bedroom option. It's all single story. So those of you that are looking for single stories, that's great. We know a lot of the homes are leaning more towards 2-story as you get into the over 2,000 square feet. So it's nice to come in and look at a home that's over 2,000 square feet. We're looking at 2,100 and some change, and yet it's all single story. Open floor plan, you've got your pantry that you're looking for, plenty of counter space, and then you saw that the bedrooms are separate with the master on one side of the home and the other 2 bedrooms on the other side of the house. And so this is a great floor plan for those of you looking for a single floor plan. And as far as the lot size, about 7,000 square foot lot. So that's another nice piece. So your backyard is gonna be a pretty decent size. So 7,000 square foot. Your average home is about 6,000 square foot here in Fresno. That's your average. So if you're looking at a resale home, your average lot size is gonna be 6,000. Anything bigger than that's a little bit bigger than average. So we're on a 7,000 square foot. So this is a decent sized lot for you and still get new construction. If you have further questions, love to help you all. We're gonna be touring some more of these homes here out at Trumark. So hang in there, check out our other videos from previous homes, and then look at the other ones that are here in Trumark as well. Talk to you soon.